What happened with Bitcoin and Ethereum literally is playing out as we speak. Because if we switch over to the 4 hourly, it looks like we have pumped, and we have. We've come all the way from 109k to 112k, but that's not the point. It's more so Ethereum. So the majority of the liquidations for Ethereum are sitting at around 4,500. So people who got buys here, who bought the fear, which is shown right here. We are in fear, and we were definitely in fear yesterday. Maybe we're moving out of it today, but when it's deeply oversold, usually it's a very good buying opportunity for things like Ethereum, for Bitcoin, and other projects, especially if we are in a bull market. So if you believe we're in a bull market, it was the time to buy. Now, things like this are less risky. So if you did have purchases in Bitcoin and ETH, it's a steady form of income in a bull market. So if you do make profits, you can sell it. Now, we don't buy and hold, we trade. We try and make money off of the market, because you don't want to hold some of this stuff. Some of it can nuke about 85%, which isn't good at all. Now, if we look at what's trending today, Aster's still trending, is popping off. Plasma's also trending. And apparently, this is a blockchain, and there is some, it's coming over to the entry price. A lot of people are liking XML or XPL, or Plasma. So people are DCAing around this region which we're at right now, and then maybe buying more at around the dollar region. But I don't know what it does. I might have to research it, I'm going to be honest. Let's have a quick look at the website, because maybe it is something of interest. So it's a smart contract platform, and it's actually got a Twitter. It's got a lot of followers. That is it has got a lot of followers. The new global financial system is here. So everybody's trying to make a payment. USDT on Plasma. Wow. Wow. This might be something we need to look into, but is it a large market cap? It's 13 billion, dog, fully diluted with a 2.5 billion. I don't know, is it as good as Casper? Probably not. What else is trending? Apex is going on a madness. Hyperliquid, obviously. It's all these decentralized exchanges, and also tokens for things like Binance. That's mad. That's basically the season we're in. People are profiting off of that. Let's have a little look at the bookmarks today. So Bitcoin did actually close the weekly candle above the bull market support band, which is very bullish, especially with M2 making a run for it. Bitcoin has a little bit of catching up to do, so we might be heading towards 200k, and it's the flight to safety is also intensifying, with silver and gold going on a madness. And I wanted to look at Tau as well, because I need to actually look into more tokens which could potentially pump. I don't want to leave a stone unturned. I want to know what's going on in these markets.
So the Tau chart hasn't really changed. It's just moving sideways at the moment, like many other charts. We haven't really seen any breakout attempt. Seems to be resetting wave 2, but it's not this wave 2. It kind of simplifies the chart a bit. So we're still in circle wave 2, best I can tell. You might remember from previous updates, I said to you, this doesn't really look like a 5-wave move up here from the June low. So I think it actually looks better now with that lower low. It's not really broken, the low, yet, I think. But it seems likely that we're just working on this wave 2 still. Support is $214.76 to $289.24 in circle wave 2. And it looks like an A, B, C structure. So to keep the bullish outlook alive, really the $214.70 level needs to hold.
Wow, I can't believe how much Tau's tanked, you know. I was looking at $400. It is going to be a very volatile week, you know. So there's 5 Fed official speech, which is today, FTX distribution and job openings data, ISM manufacturing PMI, initial jobless claims and unemployment. So it's going to be a very volatile week. Prices are going to be going up and they're going to be going down a lot this week. And 2 weekly closes below the 55-week EMA have often marked the end of the bull market, but it's actually holding above it. So it's holding above it and it's pumping, which is crazy, and that's what a lot of people are outlining. So it's kind of similar to 2020, where in September we had 2 weeks up, then 2 weeks down. So Rectember is almost over. Uptober is coming. Get ready for the mega alt season. They keep promising silly things. Let's hope it comes into fruition, and let's hope October is actually uptober. Yeah, Casper News is a few. Nick Szabo, Satoshi era Bitcoin researcher, wakes from a 4.5-year slumber and immediately compliments Casper Blockdag with questions regarding nodes. Nathan Sompolinsky replies, study the upcoming Dark Knight protocol. Brother, that's good things for Casper. And he did actually retweet, everyone should be familiar with Pave the Way for BTC and Casper. Wow. If I had $100, what would I invest in? I would buy more silver coins. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, although some of his predictions are not right, his things with Bitcoin, gold, and silver were completely correct. So silver has been manipulated for years. In September 2025, silver is about to explode. I predict your $100 in silver will be $500 in a year. I am buying more tomorrow. Please do not miss silver's explosion. Take care. Let's actually have a little look at silver today. I think it's even pumping higher. I made a video on it yesterday and it's at $47, bruv. That is it looks so stretched on the RSI, but I don't want it to carry on going without me. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely 100. History of gold. So usually they experience 10-year bull markets and 20-year bear market. That was a 4-year actually. But it's usually due to money printing. So let's see what's going to go on. This guy's offering a different view. Wow, long consolidations and large pumps. Gold is going to go crazy. We need silver to chill, man. We need some entries on silver. Silver just closed its monthly RSI above 70, only the 6th time in its century. Every prior case triggered a vertical rally. July and October 24 failed to break above. This time, momentum is confirmed. On the monthly, though, it still looks overbought, but it can stretch. Like this region here, it can stretch a lot more. So maybe I'll enter silver with stop losses. I think I'm going to. I think silver is a trade that I do not want to miss. But usually when silver and gold reach overbought zones in 14 and 45 years respectively, the liquidity will rotate from gold and silver into Bitcoin and ETH. Do not get shaken out yet. We shall see. Be greedy when others are fearful. That's why I did tell you guys to buy recently. Precious metals are going to go mad. Binance will hopefully list Casper and everyone will go mad. Everyone will go mad like this when Binance lists Casper, hopefully. That's what we want to wait for. So,
am I too smart? Am I part of this very small circle that knows Casper smart contracts are about to come out, and I'm the only one bidding this extremely early? Is that really true? Or is there another side to this? Is it maybe not as bullish as I originally thought? So let's get into it. Let's get into it a little bit. So I first came over here to Casper Unchained because you know they don't want to be Casper because that's too much like centralized, but they want to be unchained. So we're going to let them be unchained. And I came over here and looked at their bad self, following absolutely nobody, making this big problem out of absolutely nothing with the website, but I'm over that. And I was like, okay, let's see what they're saying about smart contracts. Okay. They haven't said anything about smart contracts. Let's see. They posted a fake Caspa debit card. Okay, lightning bolt. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Oh, okay. Then they start talking about CZ over here. What else are they talking about? Okay, Caspa transactions. A good retweet. Oh, look, another cool picture. Wow, wow. Gosh, I'm still not over. I said I'm done talking about it, but the stuff behind this page, you guys, the person that made all this problem for nothing, digital money built by pioneers, led by the people.
no way. Is this guy a Casper hater? Does Casper mean I'm the smartest? Are we the only people that know of smart contracts? Also, drama over Casper Unchained is still the dumbest thing. So I think he is a bull, which is mad. Apparently Binance is teasing us with this though, because apparently they're teasing us with this because they have I think they've listed a perpetual.
XRP, Solana, and Cardano can double in price as soon as October because of what just happened. And you know I'm not lying to you because I don't even own any of these coins. Also, do not hold too much to predictions. No one can predict the future. All I know is the event that just came out is really, really, really crazy. The Security Exchange Commission just approved new rules that made it much faster and easier for crypto spot ETFs. And we're not talking about Bitcoin, we're talking about all other altcoins. So before it used to take months, now it could take 75 days, and they could actually launch the ETF without the Security Exchange Commission's approval. So before this new rule change that's in effect right now, by the way, it used to take up to 240 days to launch a spot ETF, and I'm going to explain what a spot ETF is and why it's so significant. But now there is no case-by-case reviews. If an ETF meets present rules, it can launch without the Security Exchange Commission. And we've already seen Grayscale do this by launching their own under this exact rule. They launched one with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Cardano, and we can see a lot more spot ETFs for these coins launching very soon, as early as October, which is literally next month. The last time this happened, it started the bull run. Okay, so this is Bitcoin's price. That's the exact day that it launched for the Bitcoin spot ETF. And look at where we're at now. That's for Bitcoin. It's arguably the biggest reason why we're even in a Bitcoin bull run right now. So the last chart was Bitcoin's price. This is Bitcoin's dominance. What I did is I actually took the Bitcoin dominance chart from the start of the Bitcoin spot ETF. And as you can see, the Bitcoin dominance increased. So we had Bitcoin going viral basically and increasing in price, but we had Bitcoin dominance increasing. So now we have a whole bunch of altcoin spot ETFs about to be launched without Security Exchange Commission even looking over it for them to launch themselves. What I'm talking about is way bigger than you are probably thinking right now. So much so that one of the biggest crypto companies in the world, as soon as they come out with this rule, they launch their own immediately. A US multi-coin spot ETF holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Cardano. So I am not exaggerating. There's going to be a lot of money flowing into these coins, and we're going to see a lot more spot ETFs get launched, which means more money flowing into the coins. To really relay how significant this is, right now, just in Bitcoin, there's 119.5 billion in assets under management for the spot ETF for Bitcoin. Since it launched in January of 2024, and the market went up that high, we started the entire bull run. So just understand that when it comes to ETFs, a spot ETF is the good one. Like, that's the important one, because a spot ETF actually goes and buys the coin. So if somebody wants to join XRP's ETF or whatever the case is, they actually have to hold XRP. All the other ETFs, not the case. So this means that there's real demand for the actual coins itself. That means that the actual coins are coming off the market, which we know when it comes to increased demand means increased price. You should know that by now. So the question is, where do you think these coins are going to go within the next 60 to 90 days?
That is actually very, very bullish, especially with us being at the end of the bull market. Yo, look at that Casper chart. Imagine the scenes if Casper pumps like that. Altcoin season, bruh. We need something. I need a $1 Casper, bro. Imagine. The CEO of Louis Vuitton is one of the richest in the world. How? Because of millions of broke people that pay him to look rich. To be honest, if you're broke, you should be investing your money, bruh. Even when you're rich, but at least when you're rich, you can afford to lose some bread. Bitcoin price is about to bottom, and I think it has. It may well have bottomed.
People are betting that there's an 83% chance for a U.S. government shutdown in 2025 because they cannot agree on where to put the money.
Well, this is all caused by the Democrats. They asked us to do something that's totally unreasonable. They never change. They want to give money away to illegals, illegally. People that entered our country illegally, they want to give them massive federal money.
This will obviously affect cryptocurrency and stocks, and they have till literally September 30th. So this is really important. We should pay attention to it. And on the surface, it seems really bad because they haven't agreed. They haven't agreed on where to put the money. But really, if you look throughout history, it's actually not bad at all. Let me show you. So a government shutdown is basically when Congress and the president do not agree on a budget, and so they start fighting back and forth, and they don't get the budget finalized before the deadline, and so the government actually shuts down. And so many people stop working, and the last time this happened, it was actually 35 days in 2018. And the fight was basically about President Trump demanding $5.7 billion to build the wall in Mexico. We all remember that. So basically, the government shut down because they couldn't come to a conclusion on that. Now, what's happening now? They're actually fighting over healthcare funding, which the Democrats want to extend the Affordable Care Act, and the Republicans opposed doing that. And yeah, they really have till like September 30th, a couple of days to figure this out. Now, this is where it gets interesting because the last time this happened, believe it or not, was the exact bottom of the market. This was December 2018 to January 2019, the exact bottom of Bitcoin's price. This is Bitcoin's price. So whatever happened there, it obviously affected Bitcoin in a positive way because Bitcoin started rallying after. Now, I don't say that this is the only reason that the market started rallying. But what I am saying is this happened at the exact bottom of the market. Let's look at stocks. Again, the exact bottom of the market. So I don't know all the variables. I can't predict the future. I don't know all of it. But what I do know is, again, the last time this happened, it was the exact bottom of the market in the perspective of stocks and Bitcoin. So don't freak out. Do research. From my personal perspective is that we are at a very undervalued 109K BTC. All right. This is Bitcoin. We've been fighting all-time high. We've been resisting the level we're currently at right now 1, 2, 3 different times. And I believe that this resistance is going to turn into support, which is extremely bullish. And I just recently did like kind of like a Bitcoin price prediction video. And it just really showed me that we have to, it feels like, have a little extended cycle theory. Okay, like I'm not going to sit here and claim that we're going to go into a bull run all through 2026. That's not what I'm claiming. But I do believe that it's going to be more extended because according to the data, we should have a top of Bitcoin around the 9th or 10th of October. So we're going to have a slight extension towards the end of the year, and I have a lot of math to prove that.
Damn, man. Yeah, I feel like we will get an extended cycle, but that's not the point. I think we're going to go crazy at some point, hopefully, anyway. Now, let's actually see what's going on. Everyone was saying it doesn't look good technically, which is a madness, because to me it does. And accumulating Bitcoin below RSI value of 40 has been historically foolproof. Is he waiting? Ah, okay, so he's waiting for... If RSI drops below 40, yeah, I'm going to be accumulating for sure. Especially if he's on the weekly time frame. Defo, bro. What his silver warning was about. European debt default crisis. Yeah, he always warns us apparently. Silver's always warning us, bruh. So let us see what's going on here. Apparently though, Casper has a potential to go even further down. I don't like the sound of that, but usually when people say that, it doesn't. But this does look like it wants to go lower. It looks like it wants to potentially go to 7, maybe even 6 cents, maybe 5 cents. Worst case, something like 3 cents. That's why you need your stop losses, boys. You need them.